Hi, hello and welcome. Welcome back to another Onkruid video. Welcome back to another part in this deep dive into Yalom's book, The Gift of Therapy. You are joining me today for a discussion about tip number 4. Almost messed that up. It's tip number 4 today. Being in relationship with the client. I specifically left out the part, being in a relationship, because that's not something therapists should do, and it's definitely not something that's gonna be like a tip for therapists that are starting out, because shy away from that. Romantic relationships, that is, of course. Yalom is talking about the importance of the therapeutic relationship. You build up a certain rapport with the people sitting across from you in the therapy room, and those relationships that you build up, they have the chance to be major corrective experiences for them, especially because so many of our clients struggle in the fields of intimacy, romance, friendship, even just social domains. They struggle, or they tend to struggle with creating valuable, stable, long-lasting relationships. Maybe because their views of others are skewed, maybe because their views of themselves are skewed. Some examples being clients that detest themselves, clients that see themselves as completely unlovable, clients that think of themselves as destined to be alone, as a lone wolf, and that don't think that they deserve any love. Or, on the other side, clients that are afraid of what attachment might do to them. They may have been hurt before by the people that supposedly were supposed to be loving, kind, friendly, warm, accepting towards them, parents being the prime example. Maybe they are skeptical towards therapists and they don't want to attach to you because they're like, this psychology thing, this psychotherapy thing, I don't think this is for me either way, but I'm supposed to be here because my wife, parent, son, etc. asked. You as a therapist accepting all of this and at the same time still staying in your chair, remaining where you are in a very accepting, stable manner, shows them that they can be loved, they can be appreciated, they can receive warmth, they can build up a real, authentic, warm relationship with somebody regardless of all those ideas about others of themselves. And slowly but surely it might change their views a little bit. And that's where the correctivity of the experience comes in. Yalom sees this part of therapy as one of the highest priorities. The idea or the notion that the therapeutic relationship is the greatest motor of change in therapy. That the relationship you build up with your clients and the interactions you have with them are what the therapy is all about, are what can change the other human being. In every single session, he tells us that he is aware and he keeps track of and has an eye on all the possible sources of information that show him something about the relationship between therapist and client, or between both travelers along the road if you've been paying close attention to the series so far. Whether the client is more distant than normal, or maybe he's more clingy, whether she's looking out of the window more often, or she's really looking you straight in the eyes all the time, whether he's on the tip of his chair or lounged back completely, when he seems to not take into account anything you're saying, or he's not listening to any of the suggestions, or they clearly didn't do their homework and they are not sorry about it at all signals that there's something going on. And all of these signals prompt Yalom to say, hey, what's going on right here, right now, between the two of us? And that's a question you can use, like, right here, right now, what's happening? What's happening in this relationship? Can you talk to me about that a little bit? All you have to do is to make sure you suppress the urge to start singing Fatboy Slim lyrics, and then you're good to go. Right here, right now. My thoughts on this fourth tip: I am biased. I am very much influenced by Yalom's ideas on this subject because I've read so much about him. Well, so much. I've read quite a bit of Yalom, and we talk about him a lot when this topic comes up in my therapist education, but we also already talked about this when we were talking about this topic in my psychologist education. When it comes to interactional work, when it comes to the therapeutic alliance, the importance of the therapeutic relationship, Yalom is a name to be reckoned with, and he will always be there. But I like to believe, or I hope to believe, that even if I would not have heard about Yalom's ideas yet, I would have a similar idea about the importance of the therapeutic relationship. I would deem it equally valuable as Yalom does it, because it is of such vital importance and way above, way higher than therapist methods or techniques or the real contents of the session. That's why I don't shy away from engaging in small talk, or telling my client to listen to a song I think they might appreciate, or telling them that I'm away for a week because I'm with my family in Switzerland going for hikes. I know that that's a bit frowned upon, maybe, that those kinds of self-revelations, those kinds of episodes of being completely open with your clients, but building up relationships is of the utmost importance, and I have personally found in my life that that is way easier to do when you are sure that the person on the other end is human, is authentic, is real. If I would just sit there as a therapist, as a psychologist, and tell them, you don't need to know why I'm away for a week, we just can't have a session. Or never reveal any of my own personality through something like music, for example, that's not authentic for me. And being authentic is something Rogers tells us to be very, very important. So there you have it. I want to be that real human being on the other end that they can connect to, that they can feel attachment to, and that can deliver the corrective experience for them that the therapeutic relationship can offer. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.